Welcome to the DUZA BEAR Digest for Sunday, February 6, 2022. On this day in the year 60, a graffito or wall etching in Pompeii identified this day as Dies Solis or Sunday, and that is the earliest instance for which the day of the week is known. However, by modern reckoning, that day was Wednesday. Hump day. And nothing relating to Stephen Harper happened on this day in 2006, at least nothing worth mentioning here. It's also Yorkshire Pudding Day, Dump Your Significant Jerk Day, well that's harsh, Frozen Yogurt Day, and Lame Duck Day. What you quacking about? And now, this. I saw a lot of posts by people mocking the Ontario government when they asked we pause our bubbles and limit ourselves to just co-residents to help stop the spread when Omicron lingered after the holidays. These posts then proceeded to list all the outside places we were still allowed to go to and make the false equivalency that it's apparently okay to be with strangers but not family. Thing is, even though they were trying to mock that apparent illogic, every one of these posts ended up pointing out the difference between the two and why, until the pandemic is fully over, we should continue to heed common sense in this crisis. Public engagements require masks and other precautions like social distancing. Perhaps the government should have said you should wear masks and take the same precautions that you're supposed to at the grocery store if you spend time with anyone you're not living with. Would that have made sense to y'all, or would you have twisted things some other route? Look, it's a pandemic. We're trying to keep it from hitting the 230 million dead mark that would be the equivalent mortality rate of the 1918 pandemic. Yeah, 230 million. You're not supposed to like it. You're supposed to do whatever it takes to keep everyone safe. Personally, I think you're an idiot if you go anywhere near people you don't reside with without a mask on and without social distancing. You're playing roulette with your health and the health of everyone else you meet, some of who are high risk. But I get that we still have to live our lives, and risk is the part of that. Case in point, I've gone to Paris, France twice during this pandemic without catching so much as a sniffle, because even though they didn't require it, I wore a mask, even outdoors. And everywhere, if anyone I didn't live with could get anywhere near me. And because I didn't get sick, I've never got anyone else sick. So I'm not guilty of murder. Yeah, if you're not wearing a mask and social distancing and you pass this virus on to someone who dies from it, then you're a murderer. Smart people limit their non-mask use to only those they live with. They wear a mask and social distance everyone else. That's common sense. Remember, keep away? You were practicing this as a child. How that can be too complicated for these idiots is beyond me. I mean, that's a willful level of stupid. By the way, I've also got a pulse oximeter, and I've been testing my blood oxygen saturation when I'm doing things, both while wearing a mask and without. There's no difference. None. The ideal range is anything above 90 on this thing, and the difference between doing it with a mask or not has averaged around 0.05. You need a doctor to check you out if your lungs score below 80. That's 200 times lower than what the mask is blocking. 200 times more blockage than a mask is a health risk. Wearing a mask is not. I mean, for God's sakes, people, brain surgeons and rocket scientists spend hours in them. Wear the damn mask. Good talk. And that's today's DUZA BEAR Digest. See you tomorrow. Thanks to today's Patreon producer, Trudette, and to all my patrons for making this show possible. If you want a Patreon shout-out, be sure to subscribe to DUZA BEAR Plus at DUZABEAR.com.